I am a social worker who discovered my mute client had been speaking perfectly fine for 3 years. I worked with at-risk youth in the foster system for over a decade. 6 years ago, I was assigned to Ellie, a 13-year-old girl who had been through 7 foster homes in 2 years. Her file indicated she had become selectively mute after witnessing her mother's murder at age 10. My first meeting with Ellie was typical for trauma cases. She sat quietly, eyes down, responding only with nods or by writing brief notes on a small notepad she carried everywhere. Her current foster mother, a veteran of the system named Diane, explained that Ellie hadn't spoken a single word since arriving at her home 8 months prior. The reprise say it's trauma-induced to selective mutism, Diane explained. She communicates through writing, but we're hoping someday she'll feel safe enough to speak again. For 3 years, I worked with Ellie weekly. We developed a strong rapport through written notes, art therapy, and a system of gestures she had created. I advocated for her at school, where she receives special accommodations. Her teachers sent regular progress reports describing her academic success despite her condition. The school speech, there's das Mentin, minimal progress but noted Ellie's consistent engagement with nonverbal communication exercises. By age 16, Ellie had remained with Diane longer than any previous placement. She was excelling academically and had even made a few friends who had learned to communicate with her through notes and text messages. I considered her one of my success stories, was a child overcoming trauma through alternative means of connection. Then came the day everything unraveled. I arrived for our regular session to find police cars outside Diane's house. Inside, officers were questioning and tearful Diane while Ellie sat emotionlessly on the couch. What happened? I asked one of the officers. Ma'am, we received a call from Westlake High School. A teacher overheard this young lady speaking fluently on her cell phone during lunch break. When confronted, she continued the conversation normally before realizing she'd been caught. I turned to Ellie, confusion washing over me. Is this true? Ikala looked directly at me and spoke in a perfectly clear, articulate voice. Obviously, did you really think I couldn't talk for 3 years? That would take incredible dedication. The shock must have shown on my face because she actually laughed. You all made it so easy, she continued casually. The special accommodations, the reduced layers, the constant sympathy. Do you know how much free time I had? How much attention? Diane here even got an extra $400 monthly for my special needs. Diane was sobbing. I never once heard her speak, not one word in 3 years. The investigation revealed the extent of Ellie's deception. She had been speaking normally at a coffee shop 3 blocks from school, where she'd hang out with a separate group of friends. She maintained an active social media presence under a different name, even posting videos of herself talking and singing. Her school friends were shocked. They had genuinely believed she was mute. Most disturbing was her relationship with her therapist. We discovered she had been speaking normally in therapy for over 2 years, convincing the therapist she was selectively mute everywhere else, and begging her to maintain confidentiality as she wasn't ready for others to hear her voice. When asked why she maintained the deception for so long, Ellie shrugged. It started as a way to avoid talking about my mom. Then I realized how much easier everything became. People don't expect much from you when they think you are damaged. The longer it went on, the more benefits I discovered. No criminal charges were filed technically. She'd broken no laws. She was transferred to another home, but according to follow-up reports, she spoke normally and expressed no remorse. I've worked with hundreds of children with genuine trauma, but none have shaken my professional confidence like Ellie. Sometimes I still find myself wondering which of my current clients might be putting on a performance and which symptoms of trauma are real versus manipulated for advantage. The most chilling part in our final meeting as she was being transferred, Ellie told me with perfect clarity, "You taught me that if you commit completely to a role, everyone will rearrange their world to accommodate you." That's the most valuable lesson I could have learned.